What's up, freaks and weirdos? Jasperino here, coming to you once again on a wonderful Tuesday night. It's becoming a habit. Maybe I'll do a regular Tuesday night video for YouTube. Who knows? A couple reasons I'm here. First off, it's a beautiful Tuesday night here at the Missile Silo. The kids are in bed. We had a wonderful dinner. The Lady Belladonna made her famous no-bake cookies, which were excellent. Everybody's settled in, and I've decided to let you know what's going on, other than us working on our latest podcast, which we hopefully will be recording tomorrow. And I just said it was Tuesday, and I just realized it's Monday. So I'm just starting my week, so bear with me. Happy Monday. Forget everything I just said. It was a lie, because it's not Tuesday. It is Monday. You may see stacks and stacks of something behind me, and some of you younger crowd may not know what these are. And I wasn't going to do a video tonight, but I changed my mind when I realized that what I was doing actually coincided with a story that I just saw on Facebook. I just read a story on Facebook that Best Buy is going to be discontinuing CDs. They're not going to sell CDs anymore. For those of you youngsters that don't know what a CD is, it is a compact disc. It looks like a little silver record. Here, let me show you, because I am surrounded, as you can see behind me, by CDs. So here's some education for you. It is a compact disc, a CD, if you will. I'm going to line that up with my eye. Look, I'm looking at you. This one happens to be Attack by KMFDM. If I can move my fat finger out of the way. Here, you see it? KMFDM, Attack. I like when they put cool stuff on the CDs. Gives you something to look at. So you may be asking yourself, here's the cover of that. Oh yeah, KMFDM. None other. So, you may be asking yourself, Jasperino, why are we talking about CDs, and why are you surrounded by CDs? That is a good question. As most of you may know, by listening to the House of Freaks podcast that you can find on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, and somewhere else, we've had a lot of our belongings in storage for a while. Well, this weekend, after the Lady Belladonna and I spent about 19 hours in the emergency room with one of our kids, which is another story that you may have to wait for a podcast to hear, or not. We may decide not to share it. But just know, a 19 to 20 hour emergency room hospital stay is not fun, especially when one of your kids is involved. But after that ordeal, Friday night and most of Saturday, surprisingly, we woke up Sunday invigorated and decided, let's go to storage and dig out all of our CDs. So we did. What we didn't realize was we had so many damn CDs, boxes and boxes. We kept finding that said CDs on them. As a side note, I also smuggled some of my Blu-rays home. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, maybe I'll do an episode about that too. But, nope. So we started deciding that we needed to sort our CDs. And just so you know, the stacks that you see behind you are just mine. These are things that mostly only I am interested in or listen to, such as, the good old KMFDM, which the Lady Belladonna is not into. So I'm trying to organize and catalog my stuff, and I thought it was interesting. I gave away, believe it or not, a lot of CDs. I used to have more than this, but I've got stacks and stacks. That's the first row. You can kind of see there's a second row that kind of goes on behind here somewhere. And then off to the other side here where you can't see, there's another few stacks that are just like this. So, and I actually gave a bunch of my CDs away a few years ago to my oldest daughter because I thought we were going all digital. Like we were never going to have physical media because it takes up a lot of room and it's clunky and they get scratched and you got to replace them. So I had my oldest daughter come over and I told her, go through the CDs and take what you want. And, I'll probably take the rest to Goodwill or something, which I didn't. So I have a lot that I need to get now again because we just decided that we like physical media. We like to have it. Sure, it takes up a lot of space, but we like to have it. We like to put the CD in our hand, put it in the player, have to dust it off a little bit. You do the whole, clean it off before you stick it in the player because it's got a little dust on it or something. And it's cool. So I am surrounded now by a stack of CDs that I may have to stay up a little late to do something with because we're supposed to podcast tomorrow and the entire podcast desk is covered with my crap. The Lady Belladonna went through her CDs, which is probably about half of what I have, and conveniently boxed all of hers up until she could find a place on the shelf behind me to put them. So I was not that lucky because I had other stuff going on, but I just wanted to show you some. Let's just pull some random CDs off of my stack here and see what I got. The first one I happen to pull is, I'm going to show my age here. Can you see that? Anybody know what that is by the cover art? Yep, that's Boston. Looks like a little Boston's Greatest Hits action going on there. The next one, though, is pretty cool that I'm looking at. This is the man himself, the one and only Leonard Cohen. This is good stuff. I was first more best of because every CD he made was a best of, every album he did. Because I was actually first introduced to Leonard Cohen on the Natural Born Killers soundtrack, which I actually have over behind one of these stacks somewhere. I don't know what other kind of randomness can I find. I'm just going to reach back here. I did not pre-plan this. I did not set up cool stuff so I could look like a music aficionado or anything like that. These are literally, I'm just going to randomly pull. All right. Oh, that one's hard to explain. I don't even know what to say. This is the new Basement tapes, Lost on the River. Now, I'm not trying to be a hipster. This is actually, it's got a lot of different famous people on that I can't tell you about because I can't read the back of it because it's kind of dim in here and I'm old. But that was a CD that I bought at Starbucks, believe it or not. Let's see. Here's a good one, an oldie but a goodie. It will also show my age. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, right there. What else I got? I've got my, kind of proud of this one. My Ramones anthology. That's pretty cool. All the good stuff. For you local guys out there, Calabrese. Seen them live just a few times because they play all over the place. I love this band. If you don't know who Calabrese is, go check them out because they're awesome. Let's see. Got a little Misfits here. Earth AD. Haha. Got some Rancid. What else I got here? Here's one. Rasputina. Love them. They're awesome. A little Frustration Plantation going on there. Here we go. Here's a classic. Elvis. 50 hits. But it goes on and on. I got all kinds of stuff in here. One interesting thing that I have over here in a big stack that I will share with you guys that I really wasn't going to, because I was going to try and keep it on the DL, but I'll share it with you. As you know, many of you know, I grew up very devoutly Christian. I was a Christian minister for a little while. If you guys don't know that, you haven't been listening to the podcast, shame on you. Go do it right now. Catch up. I would recommend episodes 6, 7, and 8 especially. It actually, in great detail, follows my path from Christianity to paganism. And if that sounds interesting, it is. Go listen to it. In any case, I have a large collection of Christian music, contemporary Christian music, as they called it in the 80s and 90s, CCM. So much so that I've decided I'm going to start another YouTube channel where every week I review one of the Christian music albums that I have, which is funny coming from me, but I think I have a unique perspective on it because it's all I listened to growing up, really. I mean, I listened to some other stuff, but I was really influenced by it as a teenager. So I thought that I would go through and just review some of the stuff that I listened to. Here's a good one. I'm going to reach way over here and just show you just a sample. I actually dug the house apart looking for this one because I was convinced it was here, but it was in storage. And I was convinced I listened to it, and then we pulled it out of the storage box, and I was mega freaked out. But it's Phil Keaggy and Sunday's Child. Looks like I got this one at a thrift store or something. But if you don't know who Phil Keaggy is a very, very good classical jazz and rock guitarist. He's probably one of the greatest guitar players in the world. And he did some Christian albums. That's how I knew him, first off. And then I realized, oh, man, he did a bunch of other stuff, too, and it was really cool. So check Phil Keaggy out, even if you're not Christian, if you're a fan of music, because he does some really great jazz guitar type of stuff, and he's really, really good, which is weird because he's missing, like, part of his hand on one of his hands that he plays guitar with. Very, very impressive. But anyway, I won't go on anymore about that. If any of you are actually interested in hearing me talk about the Christian music that I grew up on and my perspective on it now, I will be starting a YouTube channel. Email me and ask me for the address. I won't be advertising it on the House of Freaks because I need to keep those two separate. Because last thing I need is that audience mixing with this. Oh my God, could you imagine? Anyway, unleashing you guys on some poor 45, 50-year-old Christian guy that just wanted to hear about Amy Grant. And here come my House of Freaks listeners. That would be pretty cool. But anyway, I wasn't really here to plug anything tonight. I just thought it was interesting that the day after we unpacked all of our CDs, and I'm surrounded by mounds and mounds of CDs, that I would read that Best Buy was going to discontinue selling CDs. So here's my take on it. Hold on to your physical media, because sure, your iTunes and everything in the cloud is great, but what if one day you just there's no more internet for whatever reason? You know me, I'm a conspiracy guy. But that's all I'm going to say. Hold on to your physical media, your DVDs, your VHS. I have tons of VHS. Wait till I get those out. That's going to be a cool video. I got to cut it short because I'm using free video software and I only get 15 minutes and I'm already at the 12:45 mark. So I got to cut it short. Thanks for listening to me ramble about CDs. Know that we do have a podcast put together. All we got to do is sit down and record it. We were going to do it this weekend, but obviously things happening the way they did, we weren't able to. But I do promise you, when we do it, it's going to be awesome, and it's probably going to be tomorrow. So look out for that. Also, coming up the podcast after that we also have on the books and planned already, D Crash is going to be with us. We're going to be talking about voodoo and the movie Get Out, and some of his experiences with some genealogy that he just did. That sounds amazing. So check it out. Stay cool. Pull out your CDs tonight and listen to them, even if they skip. That was a joke. All right, weirdos and freaks, I will see you tomorrow from the House of Freaks, live like a suicide from the missile silo. Until then, Jasperino. I'm not internationally known, but I have been known to rock a microphone.